I'm always amazed when I come across Christians who think that every single word of the Bible is true. I mean, do they ever read the Bible properly? I mean, all you've got to do is to show one little difference between two Gospels, say, to prove that not every word is true. And I've just got one of those proofs here. It's the story of the healing of blind Bartimaeus. Now, Mark is the first Gospel, and he starts this story rather clumsily. They came to Jericho, and he and his disciples and a large crowd were leaving Jericho, and then they see blind Bartimaeus. So in one verse he's got them, they come to Jericho, they leave Jericho. All in one verse, not very clever. So Matthew simplifies it, and he only says, as they were leaving Jericho. That's all he says. He doesn't talk about the going to first. Now Luke also changes it, also simplifies it, but he says, as he approached. As he approached Jericho. So Matthew and Mark say Jesus was leaving Jericho. Luke says he was going to Jericho. So there we've got our little mistake, our little difference that just demonstrates that not every single word of the Bible is true. But things get even more interesting a little bit later, because both Mark and Luke talk about blind Bartimaeus, one blind man. But Matthew, instead of talking about one blind man, talks about two blind men. Matthew has made it, he's exaggerated the story, hasn't he? He's made it more important, a bigger miracle, when Jesus comes along. Instead of just healing one blind person, he heals two blind people. Now the problem for us is, not only is that a discrepancy between the two books, or three books, but also it undermines the honesty and the truthfulness of all the Gospels. Matthew is exaggerating. So the question is the whole of Matthew exaggerated? But what about Mark? How do we judge whether Mark is exaggerating or not? If Matthew exaggerated, maybe Mark exaggerated. Maybe Luke is exaggerating. We can't trust the Bible to be telling us the truth, can we?
The things that you're liable to read in the Bible, it ain't necessary.